Call to order this special meeting of the Beverly City Council, Monday, August 24th, 2020, 6 p.m. Ms. Kent, could you please call the roll?
Ames, Feldman.
Here.
Flowers,
Here.
Flaherty, Frady's, Houseman,
Here.
Rand,
Here.
Rotundo, and Guanci.
I am here. Councilor Houseman, would you please lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance?
Yes, Mr. President. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you, Councilor Houseman. Before we begin our meeting, I have to read my script that sometimes I forget, but I will not forget this evening. As a preliminary matter, this is Paul Guanci, President of the Beverly City Council. Before beginning the meeting, I'd like to announce that this meeting is being recorded by the City of Beverly and live streamed by BevCam on both Channel 99 and via BevCam's YouTube channel. I am confirming that all members and persons anticipated on the agenda are present and can hear me. My microphone is on.
Okay, did you get it? No, I just sent it. No, I sent it.
We good? BevCam is captioning this meeting. In every subsequent meeting, BevCam will have captioning for us. Thank you, Kim, and Robert was with us tonight also. Good evening. This open meeting of the Beverly City Council is being conducted remotely, consistent with Governor Baker's executive order of March 12, 2020, due to the current state of emergency in the Commonwealth due to the outbreak of COVID-19. In order to mitigate the transmission of the virus, we have been advised and directed by the Commonwealth to suspend public gatherings, and as such, the governor's order suspended the requirement of the open meeting law to have all meetings in a publicly accessible physical location. Further, all members of public bodies are allowed and encouraged to participate remotely. The order allows public bodies to meet entirely remotely so long as adequate alternative public access is afforded so that the public can follow along with the deliberations of the meeting. Ensuring public access does not ensure public participation unless such participation is required by law. This meeting does not have public participation. We have no public hearings or public speakers. Please note that this meeting is being recorded and televised live and that some attendees are participating by video conference. Accordingly, please be aware that other participants or viewers may be able to see and hear you, and anything that you broadcast may be captured by recording. You have the option to turn off your video if you're participating via computer. All participants should keep their microphones or phones muted unless recognized by me to reduce background noise and feedback. Please wait until the person speaking is finished before speaking so we can clearly hear all participants. In addition, because of the remote meeting, I'm going to read Rule 22 of the Rules and Regulations of the Beverly City Council, which we all know by heart right now. Rule 22, all subcommittees of the council shall cause records to be kept of their proceedings. They shall report by ordinance, order, or resolve unless otherwise provided by law. No subcommittee shall act by separate consultation, and no report of as a body shall be received unless agreed in subcommittee, actually notified and assembled for the purpose in hand, and signed by the majority of the councils of that subcommittee. Every subcommittee to which any subject matter may be referred shall report thereon as soon as possible after full consideration thereof and a vote thereon. However, if the council may by majority vote order that any matter pending before the subcommittee to be acted upon, the subcommittee at its next meeting and or to be with forward returned to the full council. So all that says, if you're watching at home, is that rather than refer things to committee, by a majority vote, we can vote on them on the floor. So I'll ask Ms. Kent to take that vote, please.
Ames, Feldman.
Yes.
Flaherty, Flowers, Frady's, Houseman,
Yes, Houseman.
Rand,
Yes.
Rotundo, and Guanci.
Yes, welcome, Councilor Rotundo. Thank you for being here. Before we go on to our agenda, I just want to welcome Mr. Jesse Dole and Mr. Kevin Corrigan from the City Solicitor's Office, as well as our budget analyst, Mr. Jerry Perry is here also. So our first agenda item is an election update from our city clerk, Lisa Kent, and our new assistant city clerk, Christine Dixon. Welcome, ladies, and special welcome to you, Christine. Ms. Kent?
Thank you.
Thank you. I actually am gonna just introduce Christine to everybody as you just did. She's 100%, can't even tell you how much it's made a difference the past week or so with the elections. It's like we have a smooth transition. We're making a good team, and she's gonna update you with what we've been doing.
Thank you, Ms. Kent. Ms. Dixon?
Okay, so we have, we mailed out almost 8,000 ballots so far, and we're still getting requests for them. We started early voting on Saturday. We've had 376 people vote from Saturday, yesterday, and today total. We're having it in the City Hall first floor hallway, and we're having everyone go one way. So we have a greeter at the front who's making sure people are only coming in for voting. And then there's 2 check-in tables, so they can be spread out between those check-in tables. There's only 2 booths set up, and then they go out the back door so that we kind of have a loop, and people aren't walking back through the same space. It's been going pretty well. We've had, people really appreciate it. I think it's spread out well enough, and we're trying really hard to give everyone space and clean and all of that so that people feel comfortable coming to vote there. Let's see, we have some workers who have been coming in to City Hall to help us, which is awesome. They literally just sit there and open envelopes, like the mail-in envelopes for hours, and sort out the inner ballot envelope from the outside envelopes. And it sounds like such a small thing, but it's a huge help. And they've been time stamping things for us and helping mail out new ballot requests, so they'll kind of help assemble and package the envelopes. So that's been great. We've been preparing for the election next week. We have all the staff we need, I think. We're doing pretty well. We've had a few people who weren't comfortable working anymore because of COVID, which is totally understandable, but we've had a lot of people contact us offering to help out. And so we're keeping kind of a running list in case anyone else has to cancel for some reason. But we're pretty well staffed, and we'll start planning for November too soon. But right now we're just working on the September schedule because things change so quickly. It's hard to know, a couple months where we'll be. But right now we're doing great with staffing, and we're going to keep all the same polling locations. Lisa and I have been talking about going around, if we have time, hopefully, to some of the schools and see how we can spread out each room so that the workers and voters feel safe and comfortable and things are spread out enough for them. I'm pretty confident that we can do that in most of those spaces. We also got plexiglass to go between the check-in and check-out. Well, we won't have check-out, but the check-in workers and voters. So there's a little added benefit there. And we also have kits that were sent to us from the state of masks, gloves, hand sanitizer, wipes, all kinds of things like that for our workers and for the voters to use if they need to. I think those are all the big things. Is there anything else that you can think of, Lisa?
Yeah, I just wanted to add too that we've been trying to get into the schools. Stephanie Bellatti's trying to help us get into them because obviously they're closed. So she's going to reach out and give me some of the principals' phone numbers so I can actually call them because they're probably in the school. We just need 5 minutes to go into the gym and take pictures, and then we can sketch out what we're going to do. So when the wardens and the clerks and everything, all the workers get there, they'll know how we want it set up because it's not the usual. We need space, we need extra. And and as far as the workers that have been helping us through the day, they go up into council chambers so that they're away from our office and away from anybody coming through. And they go into the conference room as well. So everybody's kind of we're wearing a mask, we're 6 feet apart, but we're getting the job done, as Christine said. And so our final piece is to try to get the schools to let us in. The library, we're setting up the night before. She's been great, Allison at the library. And I'm hoping that we can get the schools to just let us in for a few minutes this week. And so we can take pictures and then at least be able to kind of sketch a little thing for the wardens and for public services for setup.
Yeah,
Well,
and I just want to add too, we actually just received I think it's 14 pages of guidance from the state elections division on COVID procedures. So I've been reading through that, and we're going to work on coming up with clear communication for our wardens and clerks and other election workers so that, they know what needs to be done as well. So we're getting that information together too.
And I just want to share with you something that a constituent sent me today. It says, Paul, please pass our compliments to the city clerk, Lisa Kent, and staff for flawless early voting yesterday. Efficient, professional, safe, friendly. I love that they had the roster online and weren't fumbling for all the pages. And that's from Marilyn and Rich Osborne. They live up on Conan Street in Ward 5. And I know that she put that post on the Beverly, Mass. Facebook page, and there weren't any negative comments, which on that page, I'm sure you know that some people do say things that sometimes are negative. Does any other councilors have any questions for Ms. Kent or Ms. Dixon? All right, let's move along. I would entertain a motion to accept the minutes from our meeting, which was held on Tuesday, June 14th.
So moved.
So moved.
Roll call, please.
Ames,
Yes.
Feldman,
Yes.
Flaherty, Flowers,
Yes.
Brady's, Houseman,
Yes, Houseman.
Rand,
Yes.
Rotundo,
Yes.
and Guanxi.
Yes, and the minutes that were taken on Monday, July 13th, 2020, they needed a revision, so we'll approve those minutes on September 8th at our next regular city council meeting. Communications from His Honor the Mayor.
Order 165, Dear Honorable City Council, I am pleased to inform you that the City of Beverly has been awarded an additional $87,500 of municipal vulnerability preparedness grant funding from the Mass Office of Energy and Environmental Affairs to be added to the previous awarded and approved $100,000 to complete a comprehensive climate action plan. As previously discussed, for this plan, Beverly is collaborating with City of Salem on this joint initiative to develop a regional climate action plan that will address climate impacts and how both cities can proactively respond to climate change and reduce greenhouse gas emissions. Upon recognizing the scale and regional nature of the plan, the Mass Office of Energy and Environmental Affairs determined it was appropriate and acceptable to provide additional grant funding to the project. The total grant funding now equals $187,500 with a total match of $62,500. That match will be split between the cities of Beverly and Salem, so each city will pay $31,250. Mass General Law, Chapter 44, Section 53A requires both City Council and Mayor approval before any grant, earmark, donation, or gift to the city can be expanded for their prescribed purpose. I therefore request the City Council approve this grant by taking action on this matter at your upcoming meeting. Thank you. Sincerely yours, Michael P. Cahill, Mayor.
And I'm going to take a shot. I think our grants director, Ms. Catherine Barrett, is here via telephone. Ms. Barrett, are you here with us? She is not. I thought I recognized the phone number. So I would entertain a motion to approve that grant.
So moved.
Second.
And a roll call? I can't hear you, Ms. Kent.
Ames,
There you go.
Feldman,
Yes.
Flaherty, Flowers,
Yes.
Houseman,
Yes.
Rand,
Yes.
Rotundo,
Yes.
and Guanxi.
Yes. Ms. Kent.
Order number 166, the Honorable City Council's, Dear Honorable City Council, I am pleased to inform you that the City of Beverly has been awarded a $5,000 grant from the Mass Culture Council to create a sidewalk poetry program on Cabot Street. This project involves the installation of 4 poems written by Beverly residents with installation on Cabot Street between Pond and Bow Street. This project will be developed and completed in partnership with Beverly Main Streets. Mass General Law, Chapter 44, Section 53A requires both City Council and Mayor approval before any grant, earmark, donation, or gift to the city can be expended for their prescribed purpose. I therefore request the City Council approve this grant by taking action on this matter at your upcoming meeting. Thank you. Sincerely yours, Michael P. Cahill, Mayor.
Anybody have any questions or comments on this one? Hearing none, I will ask for a motion to approve the grant
So moved.
Second.
Second.
and a roll call.
Ames,
Yes.
Feldman,
Yes.
Flaherty, Flowers,
Yes.
Brady, Houseman,
Yes.
Rand,
Yes.
Rotundo,
Yes.
and Guanxi.
And I would be a yes also. Thank you.
Order number 167. Dear Honorable City Council, I am pleased to inform you that the City of Beverly has been awarded $165,909.09 grant from the Assistance to Firefighter Grants program to support the purchase of an updated portable radio equipment for the Beverly Fire Department to ensure communication capability internally and with all departments in the mutual aid responder area. The Assistance to Firefighter Grants program is designed to enhance the health and safety of public and firefighting personnel and to provide support for emergency responders regarding fire, medical, and all hazard events. Since 2001, AFG grants have provided firefighters and other first responders with critically needed resources necessary for protecting the public and emergency personnel from fire and related hazards. Mass General Law, Chapter 44, Section 53A, requires both City Council and Mayor approval before any grant, earmark, donation, or gift to the city can be expended for their prescribed purpose. I therefore request the City Council approve this grant by taking action on this matter at your upcoming meeting. Thank you. Sincerely yours, Michael P. Cahill, Mayor.
Any questions or comments on this grant? Councilor
Yes,
Houseman?
Mr. President? This is Councilor Houseman?
Yes.
Yes. Do we have any representative from the administration here who can answer a question about this? Not the grant per se, but the radio equipment?
I mean, I can't speak for the members of our solicitor's office, but there is nobody from the administration here.
Okay. I was just curious how this fits with the dispatch and all the upgrades the city is doing and planning around communication between police, fire, and so forth. I assume this will dovetail somehow with it, but I guess we won't have an answer to that tonight.
Would you prefer we refer this to the committee and we can vote on it on the 8th?
No, I think it's okay. I mean, it's a grant. I'm assuming that the grant was worked on jointly with our grants coordinator and the fire department, so I'm sure it fits in. It's just more a question of understanding how it fits in. So I would make a motion to accept the grant.
Okay. And a second?
Second.
And a roll call.
Ames,
Yes.
Feldman,
Yes.
Flaherty, Flowers,
Yes.
Brady, Houseman,
Yes.
Rand,
Yes.
Rotundo,
Yes.
and Guanxi.
Yes.
Order number 168. Dear Honorable City Council, you will recall that the city has been actively trying to resolve a blighted property issue at 11 Charles Street. This past March, the City Council voted to transfer $195,000 into the building department's operating budget to contract with a vendor for demolition of the structure. Unfortunately, the awarded vendor was unable to honor the bid, and as a result, the city had to rebid the demolition work. The city is now in a position to award the contract to a new vendor. However, we are in a new fiscal year, and as you know, unspent and unobligated money must be returned to the general fund balance to be certified as free cash if not spent by June 30th. I am now requesting that the City Council approve a transfer from fiscal year 2021 reserve for unforeseen account in the amount of $150,000 to fund the work. Upon your approval, the funds will be placed into the building inspector's department's budget, and the work will be authorized to proceed. This action will require a public hearing be held prior to final action by the City Council. Please initiate action on this request at your upcoming meeting. Sincerely yours, Michael P. Cahill, Mayor.
And I would entertain a motion to set that public hearing for September 8th at 7:30 p.m.
So moved.
Second.
And a roll call.
Ames,
Yes.
Feldman,
Yes.
Flaherty, Flowers,
Yes.
Brady's Houseman,
Yes.
Yes.
Rand,
Yes.
Rotundo,
Yes.
and Guanci.
And yes.
Order number 169. Dear Honorable City Council, I am pleased to inform you that the City of Beverly has been awarded a $7,500 grant from the Federal Liberty Services and Technology Act for health and wellness programming for the Beverly Public Library. Special project will focus on alternative and complementary health therapies, increasing the health collection and creating appealing health-related displays. Mass General Law, Chapter 44, Section 53A requires both City Council and Mayor approval before any grant, earmark, donation, or gift to the city can be expended for their prescribed purpose. I therefore request the City Council approve this grant by taking this matter at your upcoming meeting. Thank you. Sincerely yours, Michael P. Cahill, Mayor.
Thank you. Any questions or comments? I'd entertain a motion to approve that.
So moved.
Second.
Roll call.
Ames,
Yes.
Feldman,
Yes.
Flaherty, Flowers,
Yes.
Brady's Houseman,
Yes.
Rand,
Yes.
Rotundo,
Yes.
and Guanci.
And I'm a yes also. And before we move on, I did ask our budget analyst to be here, Mr. Jerry Perry. Mr. Perry, do you have anything to comment about the grants or the public hearing we just set?
Good evening, everyone. Not really, Mr. President. The only thing I can share with you on the public hearing, evidently the vendor who they tried to select to do the demolition down on Charles Street backed out of it for reasons we don't even know. So with the fiscal year closed, we need to reappropriate that. So I'll give you a quick memo on that, but I will be recommending its approval when you have your public hearing in a couple of weeks.
Thank you, Mr. Perry. Ms. Kent?
Order number 170. Dear Honorable City Council, I hereby reappoint, subject to your review and recommendation, Mr. Douglas Bigliotta, 9 Deer Haven Road, Beverly, to serve as constable in the City of Beverly for the express purpose of serving civil process. Attached is Mr. Bigliotta's application, which has been approved by the police chief, and his term will be September 8, 2020 until September 8, 2023. Sincerely yours, Michael P. Cahill, Mayor.
And please refer that to the Committee on Legal Affairs. I would entertain a motion to accept the late file, which will be numbered Order 181 from Mayor Cahill.
So moved.
Second.
Roll call.
Ames,
Yes.
Feldman,
Yes.
Flaherty, Flowers,
Yes.
Brady, Houseman,
Yes.
Rotundo,
Yes.
Rand,
Yes.
Guanci.
And yes, that late file is. Dear Honorable City Council, I hereby appoint, subject to your review and recommendation, Mr. Abu Toppin, 27 Yankee Way, Beverly, to serve on the Human Rights Commission. His term will be effective until April 4th, 2023, and we'll refer that to the Committee on Public Services or the Committee on Legal Affairs. Councilor Rand, help me out. Human Rights Committee, everything goes to legal, doesn't it? So further,
Yes.
Laura shook her head, so I'm going to go with her lead. Please refer that to the Committee on Legal Affairs. Let's move on to communications, applications, and petitions.
Order 171 from the city clerk, a warrant for the September 1st, 2020 primary election.
I would entertain a motion to approve the city clerk's warrant.
So
So
moved.
moved.
Second. Roll call.
Ames,
Yes.
Feldman,
Yes.
Flaherty, Flowers,
Yes.
Brady, Houseman,
Yes.
Rand,
Yes.
Rotundo,
Yes.
and Guanci.
Yes. Ms. Kent.
Order number 172, as city clerk, I want to recommend for clerk of committees, Assistant City Clerk Christine Dixon. And I need you to elect her.
Correct. She's been appointed, you've hired her as the Assistant City Clerk, and we need to appoint her as the Clerk of Committees, thus taking that responsibility away from you after the last 7 or 8 months, which you've performed admirably.
Thank you.
Any questions for Ms. Dixon before we take a vote? Okay. I would entertain a motion to approve Ms. Christine Dixon as the Clerk of Committees.
So moved.
Second.
And a roll call.
Ames,
Yes.
Feldman,
Yes.
Flaherty, Flowers,
Yes.
Brady, Houseman,
Yes.
Rand,
Yes.
Rotundo,
Yes.
and Guanci.
Yes. Congrats, Ms. Dixon.
Order number 173 from the Finance Director Brian Ailes to approve to use fiscal year 2021 funds to pay 2 prior invoices totaling $17,353.32.
Mr. Perry, any comment on this one? Seems to something that we have to take care of every year.
Yeah, pretty much so, Mr. President. I would recommend that the council approve this. We have to pay these prior year bills. I have talked to Mr. Ailes about trying to get the department heads to close these, some of these accounts earlier, but in fairness to even the department heads, sometimes bills come in after the fiscal year. So it's my recommendation that you approve this request.
Thank you, Mr. Perry. I would entertain a motion to approve
So moved.
Second.
and a roll call.
Ames,
Yes.
Feldman,
Yes.
Flaherty, Flowers,
Yes.
Brady, Houseman,
Yes.
Rand,
Yes.
Rotundo,
Yes.
and Guanci.
Yes, thank you.
Order number 174, Sergeant Michael Henneberry requests to amend the current city ordinance, section 270-41, parking prohibited at all times, striking out Dane Street south side from Lovett Street to Lothrop Street, and inserting Dane Street south side from Hale Street to Lothrop Street. And I believe I have to read it, the whole thing,
You don't have to read it until after,
until you vote on it? Okay, perfect.
Mr. President? Mr. President, point of order?
On legal affairs.
No, that was not my my question. So this may be in Mr. Corridan's plate. So the agenda lists this, my agenda at least listed as order 174, but my stamped copy listed as order 173. So just as a matter of clarifying for the record.
It's order 174.
Okay, well, is this the Dane Street parking ordinance change?
It is.
Yeah, so my
So
my copy shows it as stamped as 173.
Is
So
that what
we need to make sure for the record that we have that straight. Make sure
Yes,
that.
for the record, order number 173 is the one that was from Bryant. And then 174 is from Sergeant Michael Henneberry. And I apologize if I misstamped yours. Mine are correct.
Okay. All right, thank you.
Okay.
You're welcome.
And I was not rushing, and I'm glad that our airport manager just chimed in somewhere, but she's gone now. I would entertain a motion. I have to go back to page 1. I'm sorry. I'd entertain a motion to accept the late file from the mayor on order 179.
So
Ms.
moved.
Kent?
Second.
Roll call.
Ames,
Yes.
Feldman,
Yes.
Flaherty, Flowers,
Yes.
Brady, Houseman,
Yes.
Rand,
Yes.
Rotundo,
Yes.
and Guanci.
Yes. Ms. Kent, could you read that, please?
Order 179.
Yes.
Hold on one sec. Do you have it in front of you, Paul?
I do not have that late file.
Oh, I got it.
Oh, I have it. I'm sorry. Right here.
I'm sorry. Dear Honorable City Council, order number 179, attached for your review and consideration in a request from Airport Manager Gloria Bullion for the assignment and transfer of an existing lease agreement from Richard T. Chase, Cat Aviation Inc., and Thomas A. Beer, Air Bear Aviation Inc. at the Beverly Airport. I respectfully request that you consider this transfer at your upcoming meeting on August 24th. Sincerely yours, Michael P. Cahill, Mayor.
Please refer to the Committee on Finance and Property. I'm going to try to get Ms. Bullion back.
Okay. Do we have to take a roll call on that?
No, I just referred it to Finance and Property. All right, let's go back to communications, applications, and petitions.
Order number 175, application for an ice cream truck vendor, Ahmad Akatapia.
I'm not going to help you with that name. This has been signed off by Chief LaLasher. He did have an issue with the Board of Health, which he took care of. So that now I would entertain a motion to approve that request.
So moved.
Second,
A roll call, please.
Ames,
Yes.
Spellman,
Yes.
Flaherty, Flowers,
Yes.
Brady's Houseman,
Yes.
Rand,
Yes.
Rotundo,
Yes.
and Guanci.
Yes.
Order number 176, application for hawkers and peddlers license for the same, Ahmed Akadaba.
And this goes with order number 175, so I would entertain a motion to approve.
So moved.
Second.
Second.
And a roll call, please.
Ames,
Yes.
Feldman,
Yes.
Flaherty, Flowers,
Yes.
Brady's, Houseman,
Yes.
Rand,
Yes.
Rotundo,
Yes.
and Guanci.
Yes.
I think Gloria's back, Paul.
I know, we'll just finish these last three and then we'll go back.
Okay. Order number 177, application from Beverly Bootstraps Thrift Store to renew their secondhand junk dealer's license.
I would entertain a motion to approve the request.
So moved.
So moved.
Second.
Roll call.
Ames,
Yes.
Feldman,
Yes.
Flaherty, Flowers,
Yes.
Brady's, Houseman, Rand,
Yes.
Yes.
Rotundo,
Yes.
and Guanci.
Yes.
Order number 178, communication phase 4 remedy operations status former Varian facility for the site at 150 Sawyer Road.
I would entertain a motion to receive that and place it on file.
So moved. Actually, I have a question when we're done.
Okay.
Second.
You have a question, Councilor Houseman.
Yeah, just sort of as a matter of understanding how this works. So the order references that a copy of it will be on file at the library. Is there any other way for it to be available for the public if anyone wants to look at it? Given the virus, I don't think the library is open presently, is it?
Neither is-
I guess
City Hall's not open either. We have a copy.
there will be a copy in City Hall.
I'm sorry. I
Do
didn't
we
think
ask
that.
the IT department to put it online?
I can ask tomorrow, yeah.
Then
Yeah,
that's
it
good.
seems like we should. I mean,
Right.
that would be the right thing to do.
Good point, Councilor Houseman. Why don't you, I would entertain a motion to approve, receive and place on file and place a copy on the city's website
So moved.
electronically. copy on the city's website.
Second.
And a roll call.
Ames,
Yes.
Feldman,
Yes.
Flaherty, Flowers,
Yes.
Frady's, Houseman,
Yes.
Rand,
Yes.
Rotundo,
Yes.
and Quancy.
Yes, I'd entertain a motion to accept the late file on order number 179.
Yeah, so moved.
Second.
And a roll call.
Ames,
Yes.
Feldman,
Yes.
Flaherty, Flowers,
Yes.
Frady's, Houseman, Rand,
Yes.
Yes.
Rotundo, and Quancy.
Yes.
Yes. Please refer that to the Committee on Legal Affairs so we can have Sue Gabriel come in 2 weeks to talk about that again. Oh, hold on.
Yeah, I talked to Ed Cahill,
Yeah,
and he's part of the truck. I forget what the name of it is called, but Sue Gabriel was here and she had applications before that she withdrew. And it sounded like they needed to get going on it. So
all right.
I don't know.
So this was before us before, and then they withdrew because they didn't have an operator for the truck. Now they have an operator for the truck, I'm told.
Right, they had an operator, but then he backed out. But it did come before you before. Sue actually was here before discussing it, and
Right.
as was.
All right. If everybody else is good with it, I would entertain a motion to approve.
Mr. President?
Yes, Councilor Houseman.
Yeah, I apologize
For what?
for always speaking up.
Not at all.
So this is on Romaine Price, is that right? For the ice cream truck
Yes.
vendor? Yeah, so I just had a question about it. I don't know if Mr. Corden is available or anyone else who can speak to this. This is a driver of a truck, and while I'm fully supportive of this and voted in favor of it before, it does list on the application that there was a reckless driving offense 7 years ago. And I guess I have some hesitation about that. I don't obviously know the background about it, but this is specifically for someone to drive around in the city. So I'm not sure what to make of that, especially given now that Ms. Kent has indicated there's perhaps some time sensitivity to it. I was actually inclined to put a hold. Well, hopefully it go to legal, or if it didn't, then put a hold on it. But I guess I'd welcome any input from my colleagues on this action and on my concern.
And are you looking for a comment from the solicitor's office from either Mr. Dole or Mr. Corrigan?
If either of them are available to give any background about the question that's referenced in the application that I have.
Mr. Corrigan, are you familiar with this one?
I am not familiar with this particular application. I mean, it's something that I could look into as far as what the council's authority would be over reviewing their background and deciding whether or not it's something that they want to approve. But I would want some time to look at that.
Okay, Ms. Kent, you wanted to say something?
Yeah, I just wanted to say that I did talk to Chief LaLatra, and for some reason, he did say that they did not need the permit for the ice cream truck because it's not an ice cream truck. All they needed was the hawkers and peddlers. Not that it matters what Councilor Houseman's question is, but that's what Chief LaLatra had told me, that he did not need approval. I had already sent it over, but he said, other than ice cream trucks, this food truck does not need a license for the truck, only for hawkers and peddlers.
So the truck's in place, the driver's in place. It's an enterprise that's being funded and supported by Beverly Bootstraps. They're trying to actually, it's not a charity event. They're trying to make money to help fund their services. Is what
I
it
have
comes
no
down
issue
to.
with any of that whatsoever.
Okay,
It's more a matter of approving without any elaboration or background someone to drive around Beverly who has admittedly 7 years ago, but has on their record a reckless driving offense, I guess. I mean, there's practically no information given about it, so there's no way to gauge whether it should really be an item of concern or not, but it certainly, it seems to me, is worth taking notice of.
Okay, Councilor Rand?
Thank you. Oh, okay, can you hear me? Yes. Thanks. So, thank you, Councilor Housen, for pointing that out. It sounds to me like it's unusual that we would even know that information because they technically don't have to fill out this application. So, it sounds to me from what Ms. Kent shared with us that it's sort of an accident that this information is in front of us. And if our city isn't requiring that information for a food truck, then I would say I'm comfortable voting on this tonight.
Okay, anybody else? Council Houseman, the ball's in your court. If you want to hold it, we'll hold it.
Question for Ms. Kent.
Ms. Kent?
Yes.
Did you elaborate a bit on the time sensitivity of this?
I tried to call Mr. Cahill today and he is on vacation. So I couldn't, because he had called on Friday and saying that it had to be on the agenda for tonight, that they were trying to push it. Could I get it in? When do they need it in? So it sounded like it was a time sensitive because they're already kind of a month behind of what they were hoping for because somebody backed out as a driver. And as
how
far
long
as
before our next meeting?
2 weeks.
2 weeks. 2 weeks of prime summertime with a food truck.
Summer traffic, exactly. And as far as what Councilor Rand had said, it was in our agendas. I didn't talk to Chief LaLatcher until they were already made and they were already sent. And he then said, just in reference, we don't need to have the truck sign off because it has only a hawkers and peddlers license, that they do a quarry check. And that's all is needed to drive for this food truck. So it was our fault in the clerk's office to have this in your packet, but we just assumed and treated it like an ice cream truck because we thought that, it's a truck. So we may have to do the same thing as Joe's on a Roll and everybody else. But Chief LaLatcher assured me that that's not the case. So like Councilor Rand said, you would have never seen that if I hadn't put it in the packet. So I apologize.
I appreciate that, but it has been disclosed. It's on an official city record. And personally, I'm not comfortable voting in favor of this unless I had a little bit more information, specifically because it directly relates to the activity we're looking to approve, which is to drive around Beverly streets. So it may be that with more information, I would be perfectly fine with it, but I guess at the moment I'm not comfortable with it.
So do you prefer to hold it for 2 weeks or shall we call for a vote if everybody else is comfortable with it?
I will vote against it if the rest of the council wants to proceed. I think Councilor Ames wanted to make a comment on it.
Councilor Ames?
Thank you, Mr. President. Actually, the conversation pretty much answered most of the questions that I had, and I tend to agree with Councilor Houseman that as we're talking about an individual, it's unfortunate for sure that it's there, but as we're speaking to an individual selling, ice cream, where you're probably dealing with a number of children and it might.
Well, I don't think it's ice. Excuse me, I don't think it's ice cream per se, is it? But it is driving around the city, right?
It is driving around. It's not ice cream. It's a food truck. They'll be serving hot food out of it.
Okay. Still, I think I'd feel more comfortable just understanding the full picture myself. Thank you.
All right.
Mr. President?
Yes, Councilor Houseman.
I would like to put a hold on this to our next meeting.
Okay. How about we just refer it to the Committee on Legal Affairs?
Okay.
Okay. I would entertain a motion to accept the late file on order number 180.
So moved.
Second?
And a roll call.
Ames,
Yes.
Feldman, Flaherty? Yes. Flowers,
Yes.
Frady's, Houseman, Rand?
Yes.
Yes.
Rotundo?
Yes.
And Guanxi.
Yes. Ms. Kent?
Order number 180 for National Grid Plan 298-50210 for Hillside Ave and Bridge Street.
I would entertain a motion to set a public hearing for that for 7:20 on September the 8th.
So moved.
Second. Anybody?
So
Second.
moved.
Second?
Say the
So
word.
moved.
Roll call,
Second.
please.
Second.
Ames,
Yes.
Feldman? Yes. Flowers,
Yes.
Frady's, Houseman,
Yes.
Rand,
Yes.
Rotundo,
Yes.
and Guanxi.
Yes. Okay, let's go back. Thank you, Ms. Bullion, for being patient. And once again, I apologize for skipping over that. I was more focused on the other late file. So I would entertain a motion to accept the late file from Airport Manager Gloria Bullion on order number 179.
So moved.
Second?
Second.
Roll call?
Ames,
Yes.
Feldman?
Yes.
Flaherty, Flowers,
Yes.
Frady's, Houseman,
Yes.
Rand, Rotundo,
Yes.
Yes.
and Guanxi.
Yes. And that comes from the mayor. That comes from Mayor Cahill, but it originated at the airport. So, Ms. Kent, could you please read that? And then we'll go to Ms. Bullion.
Didn't I already read that?
Why don't you read it again?
Okay.
Oh, it sounded real snappy. I apologize. I can smell my dinner. That's the bad thing.
sorry.
about-
I'm tired.
I'm not thinking about eating at the house. Can I read it? I have it right here.
It'd be great. Thank you.
Council, attached for your review and consideration is a request from Airport Manager Gloria Bullion for the assignment and transfer of an existing lease agreement with Richard T. Chase, Cat Aviation, Inc., and Thomas A. Bear, Air Bear Aviation, Inc. at the Beverly Airport. I respectfully request that you consider this transfer at your upcoming meeting on August 24th, 2020. Sincerely yours, Michael P. Cahill, Mayor. Ms. Bullion, tell us what's going on.
So this is an assignment of an existing lease, master lease with the airport to Air Bear Aviation. Air Bear Aviation came under sublease with another facility on our airfield, fixed-based operator, North Atlantic Aviation. And so now we are assigning an area with hangars and apron space, an area for just to take a master lease, and the provisions of the master lease will be in this assignment to Air Bear Aviation. And so Air Bear Aviation has several facilities, and they are internationally recognized. So we are very excited to have them at the airport. They greatly impact the community, and they have brought on more capability as far as us being able to service larger aircraft and some other aircraft. So we are excited to have them on the field.
Any questions for Ms. Bullion? Mr. Ailes, our finance director, I saw just chimed in. Did you come on for this one here, Mr. Ailes?
No, Mr. President, but I'm here to answer any questions on any other topics you might have.
Okay. Let's go to Council Feldman.
Yes, thank you. I just had a question about the lease. It's a transfer of a lease, if I'm correct, right?
That's
and
correct.
if so, okay. And if so, is it taking the remainder of the lease on, or is it kind of like starting it again with the year one being the new
No,
lessee?
it's taking the remaining amount on the lease. So I think the remaining amount is October. I think the commencement date was October 25th, if I can remember correctly. I don't have the lease right in front of me right now, but it's just taking the remaining amount of the lease.
Okay. And the lease is the same, so it's the same lease, basically, that's already been approved.
That's correct. Yes. Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Councilor Houseman.
Yeah, just a quick question. These, either to Ms. Bullion or Mr. Corden, these are leases, and this one in particular are reviewed in the ordinary course by the city solicitor's office. Is that right?
Yes, I looked at this myself, and it's just a straight assignment that the city council has the authority to approve.
Okay, thank you.
Anybody else? Hearing no further questions or comments, I would entertain a motion to approve the mayor and Ms. Bullion's request.
So moved.
Second,
And a roll call.
Ames,
yes.
Feldman,
Yes.
Flaherty, Flowers,
Yes.
Brady's Houseman,
Yes.
Rand,
Yes.
Rotundo,
Yes.
and Guanci.
Yes. That's all we have on our agenda, Ms. Kent, correct?
It is because I just, I did make a mistake. There was a lot of late files. So the airport one is number 179 and the hawkers and peddlers that we put on hold should be 181. I'm sorry, I apologize. I'll fix it for the next meeting for you to approve to change the number. I just
Okay.
caught it. We had 4 late files come in at the same time and I double booked them.
Understandable. You have an election going on, don't you, this week? A lot going on. Does anybody have anything else to add? 3, 2, 1. All right, our next full city council meeting will be on Tuesday, the 8th of September. I wish everybody a great final 2 weeks of the summer. Thank you for this, all being here during our special meetings all summer. I think we've gotten a lot accomplished, and don't forget to get out and vote on primary day, September 1st. Good night, everyone. Oh, I'd entertain a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
So moved.
Second,
Roll call.
Ames,
yes.
Feldman,
Yes.
Flaherty, Flowers,
Yes.
Brady, Houseman,
Yes.
Rand,
Yes.
Rotundo,
Yes.
and Guanci.
Yes. Great job, everyone. Good night.
Good night.
Good
Thank you.
night. Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Christine, nice job
Bye.
for our time.
Bye.